The death of software moats. In April 2026, the market value of a single transformer weight dropped by 40%, while the price of a guaranteed megawatt in Northern Virginia rose by 12. We have reached the point where intelligence is a commodity and electricity is the only proprietary edge. While developers chase the latest model architecture, the smart money has pivoted to the halo effect. Halo stands for heavy assets, low obsolescence. It is the realization that in a world where model weights are leaked or replicated in weeks, the only defensible position is owning the physical infrastructure that code cannot disrupt. This shift is turning tech giants into utility companies with better branding. The commoditization trap. The math for software-only AI startups is becoming brutal. When a frontier model takes 3 months to train but can be distilled or matched by an open-source equivalent in 3 weeks, the intellectual property has a shelf life shorter than a carton of milk. This is the obsolescence problem. Investors are now looking at the physical layer, because a high-voltage substation or a liquid-to-chip cooling loop does not become obsolete when a new paper hits ARC's FOV. Recent quarterly reports from major infrastructure providers show that hardware backlogs now extend into 2029, creating a physical barrier to entry that no algorithmic breakthrough can bypass. This brings us to the industrial reality of scaling, the Jevons Paradox of compute. There is a persistent myth that better efficiency will lower the demand for heavy assets. The data suggests the opposite. As inference becomes 10 times cheaper, demand for that inference grows by a factor of 50. This is a classic Jevons paradox. Every time we optimize a model, we do not save energy, we simply find more ways to spend it. In the last 30 days, 3 major model labs have signed 20-year power purchase agreements with nuclear startups. They are not doing this for the climate, they are doing it because they have calculated that the supply of atoms is now more constrained than the supply of bits. The true bottleneck is the physical outlet, which leads to the stranded asset risk. The distributed intelligence counterpoint. A common rebuttal is that decentralized compute or edge devices will make these massive physical hubs irrelevant. If you can run a billion-parameter model on a phone, why do you need a gigawatt-scale campus? The answer lies in the training data gravity. Frontier models are now crossing the 100 gigawatt-hour threshold for a single training run. While the edge can handle the simple queries, the massive heavy assets are required for the synthetic data generation and massive scale reasoning that keeps those edge models relevant. Decentralization is an application layer, but the foundation remains a heavy asset play. This divergence is exactly what defines the current winners. The real implication. The transition to halo investing marks the end of the speculative model era and the beginning of the industrial AI era. By looking at the commoditization trap and the Jevons paradox of compute, we see that the real winners are not the ones writing the most efficient code, but the ones controlling the most reliable physics. This shifts the focus for builders from prompt engineering to infrastructure integration. For the investor and the engineer, the takeaway is clear. The software layer is a race to the bottom where margins go to die. The physical layer, characterized by heavy assets and low obsolescence, is where the value actually captures and holds. If you want to know where the market goes next, stop tracking model benchmarks and start tracking the lead times for high-voltage transformers. The specific metric to watch is the gap between data center capacity and power grid interconnection dates, which currently spans over 48 months in major tech hubs. Subscribe for more,